Okay, so every now and then you see something online that just makes you stop and go, wait, what? We stumbled across this ad for a UK creative visa, and believe me, it is not your typical job posting. It's not asking for a portfolio, it's not asking for experience. It's looking for something way more specific. So today, we're going to break this whole thing down and try to figure out what is really going on here.
All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the ad itself, the really weird part. Then we'll dig into the official visa rules that this whole thing is supposedly built on. We'll break down who they're looking for, what they're promising in return, and then, and this is the important part, we're going to zero in on the one crucial detail that the offer just kind of glosses over.
Okay, let's just dive right in. What makes this offer so unusual?
This is it. This is the line that got our attention. A normal ad for any creative job, right? You'd expect to see, send us your portfolio or show us your experience. But this, nope. It just says, male dependent needed, age 25 to 45 years. That's it. So right off the bat, you know the most important qualification here isn't your creative talent. It's just being the right person, the right demographic, to basically complete a set. So you're probably thinking, how is this even a thing? Well, to figure that out, we have to look at the official visa that this whole offer is built around. It's called the Creative Certificate of Sponsorship, or COS for short. And just to be clear, this is a totally legitimate, government-recognized visa. It's a real thing. It's specifically designed for licensed employers in the UK to bring in creative talent from other countries for up to a year. And that COS, the Certificate of Sponsorship, that's the golden ticket. It's the essential document you need to even apply.
Now here's the key thing to remember, and it's super important. This whole visa pathway is supposed to be for people with proven creative skills or experience. Okay? Just tuck that away for a second because it's going to be important when we look at the two roles this ad is trying to pair up.
So how does this whole arrangement actually work? Well, the ad isn't just looking for one person. It's all about creating a specific pair, the main applicant and their dependent. Okay, so check this out. On one side of the equation, you have the main applicant. The ad says she's female and already sorted, so we can assume she's the one with the creative qualifications, the one who actually qualifies for the visa. And then on the other side, you've got the job opening, right? The male dependent. The entire point of this ad, this entire offer, is just to connect these two people so they can apply for the visa together. All right, so let's say they find their guy. What happens next? Well, according to the source, the whole process kicks into gear with these 4 steps. First, the COS gets issued. Simple enough. Then they gather all the documentation. And then there's this third step, something they call a registry arrangement. And finally, the visa application gets submitted. Now, hang on to that registry arrangement part. We're definitely coming back to that in a minute.
Okay, so why would anyone even consider this, right? What's the catch? Or, more importantly, what's the reward? It all comes down to the benefits. What's actually in it for the person who steps into that male-dependent role? Well, the incentives are actually pretty powerful. You get full-time work rights in the UK. I mean, that's a huge deal for a lot of people. The ad also dangles the possibility of renewing or extending the visa or even switching to a totally different one later on. So essentially, they're selling it as a shortcut, a direct path to living and working in the UK.
And this is where it all comes together. This leads us to the most important part of this whole thing, which is, reading between the lines. We've seen the weird offer, we understand the visa it's based on, and we know what the benefits are. But what's the one critical piece of the puzzle that they've conveniently left out?
Remember that third step I told you to hang on to? The registry arrangement? Yeah, that. The entire offer hinges on this one single step. And get this, the source gives absolutely zero explanation of what that means. It's a mandatory part of the process, but they leave it as a total blank.
And really, that's the central puzzle here, isn't it? The offer lays out this whole path to getting into the UK, but the bridge that connects the two people, this so-called registry arrangement, is a complete mystery. It's like they've given you a map with the most important road just erased. So the real question isn't just, what is this arrangement? It's, what else aren't they telling us? I'll leave you with this. What questions would you ask before even thinking about responding to an offer like this?